welcome back to another edition of Earle Sports Bets. And today, this is episode 28. We have the Marlins, we have the Nationals, and the New York Mets today. The final three teams we're going to be going over. And we're going to be kicking it on off here with the Miami Marlins. Let's take a look at what the Marlins did last year. And then we will get into what they did in the offseason and what they did this year, what they're looking to do this year. This team finished 69-93 last year, 32 games behind the Braves and the Mets for the National League East. And they finished 18 games behind the Phillies. They did finish 14 games above the Nationals, who finished 46 games out last year. And let's get into their offseason acquisitions, which they made a decent amount here. Addition/re-signings, JT Trigos. I had to throw this guy's name in there. It's only a minor league deal, but they did try. They did sign Chi-Chi. Yeah, Chi-Chi Gonzalez is somehow still in the major leagues. Juan Segura, Johnny Cueto, Luis Ariz, Matt Barnes, AJ Puk, and Yuli Gurriel. So kind of some sneaky acquisitions here. They did lose Elijah Hernandez, Brian Anderson, Nick Niert, and Pablo Lopez. Obviously, Pablo Lopez was part of that Luis Ariz trade. They had a little bit of spoils of riches when it comes to pitching. So they were able to get rid of Lopez to get a bat that they desperately needed, somebody that on the top of the lineup that can get on base. The only thing is I feel like Luis Ariz fits right in with this lineup because every single hitter feels like a contact hitting second baseman. Like, I feel like that's what every single player, Segura on this team, Joey Wendell, Jazz Chisholm, like this entire roster just feels like contact second baseman. Like, that's all they feel like. But I mean, they got an extra bat, which they definitely needed because they were one of the worst offenses in baseball last year. I like the additions with Puk and Barnes for their bullpen. I want to see Chi-Chi in a few games. I like Johnny Cueto for the back of their rotation. Juan Segura, once again, another one of those contact hitting second baseman, feels like. But yeah, they got a couple of nice bats into their lineup. They got a couple good bullpen pieces. Yuli Gurriel, I think, is going to be interesting in Miami as well. I think some pretty sneaky moves here for the Miami Marlins.
Yeah, I think sneaky is the right word for him. Yeah, this is a team. The problem with Miami is that this division is stacked. But no, I think this is going to be a very scrappy team. You get Segura, who brings a veteranship. Luis Ariz is the defending AL batting champion, which they had to give up Pablo Lopez for, but they have plenty of pitching. Barnes could be decent. Cueto, another veteran. Yuri Gurriel, I don't hate that move. This is a team that I think they got better over the offseason. I mean, it was tough for them to get worse.
Yeah, 69-win team.
Nice. But no, this is they got better, but how much better? I don't really know.
Yeah, which will bring in the next question here. How's their farm system look? They only got one player that looks like he's going to be making his debut this year, and that's Yuri Perez, the number 13 prospect, right-handed pitcher. So they lose Pablo Lopez, and what are they going to replace him with? Another young arm, right-handed pitcher. So he'll probably be up in the major league sometime this year. The other two, the number 61 prospect, Jacob Berry, third baseman, due up in a couple years, and Max Meyer, number 67 prospect, due up in 2024. So they got one top 15 prospect, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm not really big on the prospects.
I know. Now we'll head into the 2023 Miami Marlins projected starting lineup, according to Fangraphs. Luis Ariz, Jazz Chisholm, Jorge Soler, Garrett Cooper, Avisal Garcia, Juan Segura, Joey Wendell, Brian De La Cruz, Jacob Stallings. Power-wise, I think I'm only afraid of Soler and Cooper.
Chisholm,
I mean, he's a good
contact hitter. He's not a power hitter. He still has a bat.
Yeah, but he's not a power hitter. He's not for power-wise. Power-wise, I'm only worried about 3 and 4. That rotation, Alcantara, one of the best pitchers in baseball. Jesus Luzardo, he's a question mark. Edward Cabrera, I like him. Trevor Rogers can't be much worse than he was last year. Johnny Cueto, veteran presence, something maybe this team needed. This is a very youthful team. So maybe a little bit of veteran presence with Johnny Cueto. He just fits. I feel like he just fits the Miami mold there. So I think he's going to fit in pretty well in Miami here.
Yeah.
I like the rotation. And on the bullpen side, Braxton Garrett, Huascar Brazoban. There we go. Andrew Nardi, Matt Barnes, JT Chargos, Tanner Scott, Dylan Floro, and AJ Pook. This bullpen feels like it's a bunch of no names because it's a bunch of no names, but I think it's going to be pretty solid. If I'm backing the Marlins, it's probably first five only because I don't know how much I can trust this bullpen. That being said, I've already bet Miami first five for tomorrow because Alcantara's on the mound, and Alcantara is somebody I'm going to just blindly bet probably Miami first fives with. So that's kind of where I'm looking there. So overall, I like the youthfulness of this team. I think that this team may be able to hit a little bit better than last year with Urias in there, with Segura in there, things along those lines. Not an overwhelming team for me, though.
I mean, it's tough to get worse than last year. I will say that in terms of hitting wise. The big thing is Jazz Chisholm. Is he going to stay healthy? Luis Ariz, I think he could be a solid start, top of the lineup guy. Jorge Soler, if he could stay healthy, can hit for power. Garrett Cooper was solid last year. The rest of the lineup is a bunch of slap hitters. That's kind of Miami Marlin baseball at this point. Rotation, Alcantara, I don't really think we need much of a introduction for him, the Cy Young Award winner from last year. Jesus Luzardo, got to stay healthy. Cabrera, we'll see what we can get out of him. Rogers, I don't think he could be much worse than last year. Cueto, veteran in the back. I think that rotation's solid. I don't really know much about the bullpen. So we'll have to see with that. I know Floro is going to be interesting. Pook, I think, is a good prospect. I think he came from Oakland. So, but this is a could be a good team, but I'm not banking anything on it.
No, they also play in a very tough division. One thing I will say with the Miami Marlins, where we could look for them to be a better team this year, is they don't have to play the Mets, Braves, and Phillies 19 times each.
Yeah, 100%.
Which will bring us to the ultimate question. How the hell are we going to make money on this team? Their season win total, 75.5 to make the playoffs, plus 375, no minus 550. The National League East 40-1, the National League 40-1, the World Series 125-1. They give them just as good of a chance to win the National League East as they do the National League. So that kind of tells you how difficult that division is. I think maybe plus 375 for them to potentially take a wild card spot. I mean, if we look at it, who are they going to be competing with here for that wild card spot? The Phillies, Brewers,
Arizona.
Yeah, I have nothing on this team for futures. Maybe going back to Alcantara to win the Cy Young Award. I cashed that last year. I saw that he was going to. I mean, this guy pitches complete games. Maybe that's the way I approach the Miami Marlins, is just bet Alcantara to win the Cy Young Award again. Other than that, which let me see what that price is. MLB Player Futures Cy Young Award in the National League. He is the second favorite at plus 525. Give you an idea. Last year, I hit it at 20-1. So his price has definitely gone down, and that generally happens when you win a Cy Young Award. But yeah, I'd probably look to go. The only bet I think I can make futures wise for the Marlins is going right back to Alcantara to win the Cy Young Award.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think you could really go anywhere else right now. I am not going to be personally betting anything for the Marlins. I don't think I need to. This is just a team I want to kind of stay away from right now. They're in limbo. That 75.5 I think is about right. I don't really need to go. I don't like anything in terms of their offense, and the only thing is Sandy Alcantara, but I don't think there's value on him anymore. So, no, this one ends up being kind of a stay away.
Fair. Yeah, this is a tricky team because this team could be a equal 500 team. This can also be a 70-win baseball team. So
correct.
So not much here for futures for this team. Anything you want to mention before we head on out and we get to talk about a very exciting Washington Nationals team?
No, not really.
All right. Until then, we will see you guys in probably 10, 15 minutes.